I've found that the Amish hold a significant amount of culinary wisdom that could potentially save a man hundreds of dollars each year. These 30 pieces of Amish cooking advice aren't just clever suggestions, they are genuine money-saving strategies. The Amish people have truly mastered the skill of getting the most out of what they possess, from minimizing food waste to turning basic ingredients into delicious meals. While modern kitchens are often filled with expensive gadgets, the Amish demonstrate how to achieve more with less, utilizing simple tools that I probably already have in my own kitchen. Let's delve into some of their impressive recommendations. First, consider keeping herbs fresh in water jars. Have you ever bought fresh herbs only to see them wilt within a couple of days? The Amish employ a straightforward solution. Treat your herbs like small bouquets. Simply trim the stems and place them in glasses filled with water. For a makeshift greenhouse effect, cover them loosely with a plastic bag. The key is changing the water every 2 to 3 days to stop slime from forming. This easy practice can extend the life of herbs for over 3 weeks, significantly longer than the usual few days. Mint, basil, cilantro, and parsley thrive using this method, saving me around $4 to $5 weekly. Although the Amish generally let nothing go to waste, woodier herbs such as rosemary and thyme might be better preserved when kept dry. Second, preventing cookies from getting soggy. Moisture is the enemy of homemade cookies. The Amish use an intelligent technique to keep them fresh and crisp. Inside an airtight container, layer the cookies between sheets of standard tissue paper, which absorbs any excess moisture. The tissue also permits air circulation, keeping them crisp or chewy based on your preference. This is particularly useful during harvest festivals when baked goods need to stay fresh for several days. This method works perfectly for delicate treats like sugar cookies or macaroons. It's simply smart traditional knowledge, uncomplicated yet effective. 3. Vacuum sealing using mason jars. Instead of investing in a vacuum sealer, the Amish have been preserving dry goods in mason jars for generations. By pressing the mason jar lid onto a surface to create suction, a man can store items like flour, beans, and sugar for twice their usual shelf life. Achieving the right pressure requires some practice, but mastering it will lead to savings and a reduction in food waste by nearly 30%. A basic mason jar is all that's needed, no fancy devices required. Fourth, testing egg freshness with water. Ever wondered if an egg is still suitable for use? The Amish rely on a simple water test. Gently lower the egg into a bowl of cool water. Fresh eggs will sink and lie flat. Older eggs that are still good to eat will stand upright on the bottom. If an egg floats, it's no good. Discard it. This method eliminates the risk of using spoiled eggs and prevents foodborne illness, potentially saving a man $8 to $10 per month. There's science behind it. As eggs age, air penetrates the shell, causing them to float. The Amish trust this approach over expiration dates, ensuring they only use the freshest eggs. 5. Revitalizing herb gardens for just a penny. Keeping indoor herb gardens healthy during winter can be challenging. The Amish, however, utilize a simple trick. They place a clean copper penny into the soil. When watered, copper ions are released, which encourages healthier growth and naturally fights off fungus. This inexpensive solution keeps herbs like basil, oregano, and mint thriving year-round, saving me $2 to $3 each time I skip buying fresh herbs at the store. 6th, salt can salvage bitter coffee. Is your coffee tasting too harsh? Forget reaching for cream or sugar. The Amish have a superior solution. Just add a small pinch of salt. It counteracts the bitter compounds without adding sweetness to the coffee. Dark roasts especially benefit from this trick. Some studies even suggest salt reduces bitterness more effectively than sugar. This tip could save a man around $40 annually by rescuing cups of coffee that might otherwise be poured down the drain. 7th, cutting onions without tears. Slicing onions can make anyone cry, but the Amish have figured out a way to keep their eyes dry. Instead of cutting the onion across its center, slice it lengthwise from root to stem, leaving the root intact. The root contains the tear-inducing chemicals, and keeping it whole minimizes their release. Additionally, it provides a convenient handhold while cutting, making the whole process safer and quicker. Fewer tears, faster chopping, and reduced food waste. It's a benefit all around. 8. The 3-day soup method. For creating the richest, most flavorful soup imaginable, the Amish follow a distinct 3-day process. Day 1 starts with roasting bones to build a robust base. On the second day, hearty vegetables like carrots and potatoes are added and allowed to break down slowly. Finally, on day 3, delicate herbs and greens are introduced just before serving. The result is a thick, deeply satisfying soup that tastes like it came from a high-end restaurant. It's the Amish way of maximizing resources and ensuring every ingredient contributes fully. Utilizing every part of the ingredients not only deepens the flavor, but also helps stretch the food budget further. 9. Adding flavor at the right moment. Amish cooking often involves patience, especially concerning their famous soups. After slow cooking bones and vegetables, the final addition of fragile herbs and spices happens on day 3. This slow simmering extracts all the flavors and nutrients from the bones, creating a smooth broth that quick cooking simply can't replicate. This method allows a man to stretch his ingredients even further, turning a single chicken into enough soup to feed a family for days, costing just $1.25 per serving. Number 10. Feeding a family of 4. Did you know the Amish have perfected a method for making delicious, nutrient-dense soups capable of feeding a family of 4 for less than $1.25 per serving? Passed down through generations, this slow cooking technique mirrors practices archaeological studies show have existed for millennia. Amish cooks have mastered what I call bone patience. The longer they wait, the better the result. This extended process allows more nutrition and flavor to infuse the broth compared to any store-bought soup, which can cost 5 times as much. These homemade soups are packed with gelatin, collagen, and minerals. Sometimes the greatest meals truly do come to those who wait. One-handed egg cracking. Number 11. Efficiency in the kitchen is important to the Amish, and one of their handiest tricks is cracking eggs using only one hand. It's actually quite simple once mastered, and it's a skill that proves invaluable when baking in large quantities for events. A quick tap on the bowl and a slight twist cleanly breaks the eggshell. Holding the egg sideways between the thumb and middle finger helps utilize the egg's natural fault line for a clean break without messy shell fragments. This technique is perfect for delicate recipes like custards and meringues, where even a tiny piece of shell can ruin the texture. Balancing the acidity of tomato sauce. Number 12. Have you ever made homemade tomato sauce that turned out overly acidic? The Amish offer a straightforward fix. Just incorporate a tiny amount of sugar, about 1/8 teaspoon for each cup of sauce. It's just enough to counteract the acidity without making the sauce sweet. For an extra layer of flavor, stir in about 1/2 teaspoon of butter. Costing only cents, this transforms even basic canned tomatoes into a sauce that rivals an $8 artisanal jar. The sugar binds with acid molecules to reduce harshness, while the butter adds a rich, creamy finish. The library of bacon grease. In Amish households, nothing is wasted, least of all, bacon grease. Instead of discarding it, they maintain a collection of different types of bacon grease stored in labeled mason jars. Hickory smoked grease might add a deep, rich flavor to beans and greens, while applewood smoked fat lends a smoky sweetness to breakfast potatoes. A single tablespoon of this preserved grease can elevate flavor like little else and replaces about 25 cents worth of oil or butter. Stored properly in a cool, dark place, these flavorful fats can last for several months. Even top chefs today concede that nothing quite matches the richness of real bacon fat. Using damp paper towels to keep salad greens fresh. Number 14. Have you bought fresh salad greens only to find them wilted the next day? The Amish have an easy solution. After washing the greens, they wrap them loosely in paper towels that are damp but not soaking wet. Then, they store them in an airtight container. By changing the towels every couple of days, they maintain the perfect moisture balance. This simple tip can keep greens fresh for up to 2 weeks, saving me approximately $5 per week. It's like giving your salad a small spa treatment to keep it crisp and fresh. Mayonnaise for fluffy scrambled eggs. Number 15. If I've ever struggled with dry, rubbery scrambled eggs, the Amish have a secret for making them fluffy, creamy, and delicious. The trick? Add 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise for every 3 eggs before beating them. The mayonnaise introduces fat which helps keep the eggs moist and prevents them from drying out during cooking. Don't worry, the mayo flavor completely disappears, leaving behind silky scrambled eggs. This technique allows eggs to retain up to 40% more moisture than conventional methods, making breakfast feel like a 5-star brunch. Greasing baking pans with sugar, the Amish way. Here's a simple yet ingenious baking tip. Use sugar instead of flour to grease cake pans. When heated, the sugar caramelizes, forming a thin, crispy golden crust. This gives the outside of cakes and breads, especially pound cakes and banana bread, a professional bakery-like quality. It requires only about 1 spoonful of sugar for a loaf pan, but it's a small investment that elevates baked goods into something truly special. The Ice Cube Burger Hack. This might sound unusual, but trust me, it delivers results. The Amish employ a clever technique for ensuring juicy burgers every time. Before grilling, place an ice cube in the center of each patty. As the burger cooks, the ice melts and creates steam, keeping the interior meat moist. The outcome is burgers that are roughly 20% juicier, achieved without expensive ingredients or complicated methods. A single ice cube makes all the difference, using pickle juice to enhance potato salad. No summer picnic feels complete without a hearty potato salad. Amish kitchens, however, incorporate a smart twist to make theirs memorable. Instead of relying solely on mayonnaise, they replace 1 tablespoon of it with 2 teaspoons of pickle juice. This introduces a tangy zip to the potato salad that awakens the taste buds without being overwhelming. It also adds more flavor while reducing calories. The leftover pickle brine, full of vinegar, garlic, and spices, is like liquid gold in the kitchen. This technique, a winner of many county fair blue ribbons, is the ultimate game changer for the next BBQ or picnic. Improving mashed potatoes with egg yolk. When it comes to mashed potatoes, the Amish have a little surprise. Just before serving, they mix 1 raw egg yolk into the hot potatoes. The residual heat from the potatoes cooks the yolk, making the dish incredibly rich and silky smooth. I wouldn't believe the texture difference until I tried it. It elevates simple mashed potatoes into a 5-star side dish. The best part? No extra cream or butter is needed. The egg yolk also imparts a lovely golden hue and helps keep the potatoes fluffy without becoming gummy, while boosting the protein content by 15%. It's a straightforward, smart way to upgrade potatoes with just 1 ingredient. Apple cider vinegar for bean digestibility, number 21. Beans are a staple in Amish cuisine, though they can sometimes cause digestive discomfort. The Amish tackle this with a simple method. Add 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar to the cooking water. This helps make beans more digestible by reducing gas-causing compounds by approximately 28%, and it also enhances their natural flavor. The vinegar's acidity brightens the beans' inherent richness, making them taste better while being easier on the stomach. Scientists are now confirming what the Amish have known for generations. Vinegar is revolutionary. Perfect cast iron pancakes. Achieving fluffy pancakes with golden edges isn't about expensive ingredients, it's about technique. Amish cooks swear by their cast iron pans for perfect pancakes. They preheat the pan over medium-low heat for nearly 7 minutes, then add just enough butter for a thin coating. The batter only hits the pan when a drop of water sizzles and dances on the surface, ensuring the pan is at the ideal temperature every single time. This method guarantees golden, evenly cooked pancakes without raw centers or burnt edges. Cast iron retains heat 35% more evenly than aluminum pans, helping a man create a breakfast that feels like a luxurious feast. Brown paper bag tomato ripening. If I want affordable, delicious sweet tomatoes, Amish gardeners often buy green tomatoes and ripen them at home. The secret lies in placing the nearly ripe tomatoes in a brown paper bag along with an apple. The apple releases natural ethylene gas, which accelerates the ripening process, yielding perfectly sweet tomatoes in just a few days. It's a simple technique ensuring I get the best tomatoes for a fraction of the usual cost. Number 24, enhancing tomato flavor using a brown paper bag. Sometimes tomatoes bought from the supermarket can taste a bit bland, but Amish farmers have a smart way to bring out their sweetness. Placing nearly ripe tomatoes in a brown paper bag with an apple works wonders. The natural ethylene gas from the apple speeds up ripening, Studies show this method can increase the sugar content of tomatoes by as much as 23% compared to leaving them on the counter. Furthermore, the bag prevents moisture loss, resulting in tomatoes that taste like they were just picked from the vine, not pulled from a grocery shelf. The 2-spoon egg separation trick. Separating egg yolks without making a mess can be tricky, but the Amish utilize a simple, effective technique that builds culinary confidence. They crack the egg into a bowl, then gently transfer the yolk back and forth between 2 spoons. This allows the whites to fall away cleanly while keeping the yolk intact. It prevents waste and saves about $3 to $4 a month. It's also a practical skill that reduces the frustration often associated with egg separation. Preserving fruit with honey, number 26. Sliced fruits like peaches, pears, or apples tend to brown quickly and lose their appeal, but the Amish have a straightforward remedy. They lightly coat the fruit with honey, which doesn't significantly alter the taste. Honey's natural antibacterial properties inhibit browning and extend the fruit's shelf life. This method not only helps preserve seasonal fruits, but also adds a touch of natural sweetness. Families buying in bulk can save 15 to 20% and enjoy crisper, more appealing snacks. Cheese straining using flour sack towels, number 27. I might be surprised by how simple and cost-effective making homemade cheese can be. Amish cooks often use flour sack towels to strain fresh cheese. Simply line a colander with the towel, heat milk with a bit of lemon juice, and pour the mixture through to drain for about 4 hours. This process yields fresh, creamy ricotta-style cheese for only $2 per pound, considerably less than the $8 or more I'd pay at the store. Flour sack towels are ideal because they are tightly woven yet breathable, allowing the whey to drain effectively while keeping the curd soft. With basic tools and a little patience, fresh cheese can be made right at home. The magic of cold water and salt for egg peeling. Peeling hard-boiled eggs can be frustrating, but the Amish have a solution. After boiling, immediately plunge the eggs into an ice water bath containing a teaspoon of salt and let them sit for 5 minutes. The cold shock causes the egg to contract slightly from the shell, while the salt helps loosen the membrane. The result? Eggs whose shells slip off easily in large, clean pieces. Research shows this technique boosts easy peeling success from around 60% to over 95%. Additionally, the cold water halts the cooking process, preventing the dreaded gray ring around the yolk. Wine cork vegetable saver, number 29. Do I have vegetables starting to wilt but not quite ready for the compost bin? The Amish offer an unusual yet practical solution. They store their vegetables with a sliced-up old wine cork and a splash of water. The cork absorbs ethylene gas, the agent that speeds up ripening, thereby extending the freshness of greens, broccoli, and cucumbers for an extra 3 to 4 days. Natural cork is chemical-free and food-safe, making it an excellent way to reduce vegetable waste by roughly 25%. Onion skin broth fortification, number 30. Hold on to those onion skins. The Amish know they can be used to create a rich, nutritious broth. Simply save the skins, freeze them, and then add them to stews and soups for reinforcement. Packed with antioxidants, the skins contribute nutrients to the diet while adding a subtle depth of flavor. It's an excellent method for maximizing every part of the onion. These 30 Amish cooking tips prove that ingenuity often surpasses expensive gadgets. Simple, time-tested techniques help save money, reduce waste, and make cooking easier. It's all about making the most of what a man has, rather than focusing on what he lacks.